Right, we are back with the Bimmy for another day of work. Now, it got quite late last night and this is the second day on it. Now, obviously we're deep in that plug, put that through there. That's stayed where it should. And I've come to this here, my fire extinguisher, and it's frozen. So I'm just heating that up because I need the sprayer out of it to get the brake fluid out of the reservoir. But in the meantime, we've got a package, I think. Now this is a coolant temperature sensor. It should screw into the side of the radiator. 2 prongs, and when it gets up to temperature, the wax will melt and link the contacts. Now, what that's going to do, this right here, is basically the replacement for this switch here. That is the switch that I used to run the fan on. I'd run the fan to that switch and I'd just have to keep my eye on temperature gauge. Now, no matter how much you think you're going to manage to keep your eye on this temperature gauge, you drift off sometimes. That right here is going to save it. That's the fan relay there. And what we're going to do is wire the 2 wires that went to the switch to this little switch in my hand. That goes into the side of the radiator just there. Oh shit. Oh bloody hell. That little socket down there on the side of the radiator, which is that one there. Now you can see that this is going to screw into that like that. And when the radiator gets to the required temperature, it will link and the fan will blow. So that's going to save me my engine, hopefully. But first, what we're going to be doing is, like I mentioned the other day, we're taking the intake manifold off to get to the brake lines because it makes life a lot easier. We've got these brake pipes here. Now the brake lines run across here like this. Obviously we're intaking way, you can't even see them. We're just going to cut them out, put some new copper ones in. I'm going to go make some copper ones. So we'll cut these brake lines out and we'll go make some new copper brake lines. Right, we've got nice fresh brake pipes there, looking lovely, should do the job nicely. Now it's time to make way for them. Now obviously we cut the brake pipes, so we're going to be swapping these out. We're going to get these out, clean that bracket up, wax oil it, put the new brake pipes in. I've not got flexes just yet, but we will eventually get some. It's just deciding what to do so far, because obviously we want these a bit bigger because we've got a lot of power. So let's get these out. Right, as we can see, we're just getting this brake pipe in here. Now, I'm having to sort of thread it through as it's quite tight down there, but a look at the other side gives you an idea of how it's going to look. So obviously we've got master, there's a nice shiny copper pipe. And that goes down and in there to there. That's that one. Let's get this one in. Another thing to take note of as well is that if you can't start a brake line with your fingers, don't, because you're doing something wrong. And if it goes tight immediately, you're cross-threading it. You've just got to be really gentle and just fiddle with pipe a little bit. They are quite difficult, really. This one here, it's just got me thinking. It's struggling to get it in. You see down here this, getting that in there. It's just getting that thread on. You know, it's the angle. So you've got to just keep trying it, different angles. You see, that's good now. Jiggles about, get it in with your fingers. If it don't go in like that, don't even bother, because you fucked it. Right, there we have it. That is the brake pipes installed. Runs across here nicely. So now it's back to the wiring situation. That's the next problem. So we've just got to figure out what we were doing. Let's go. Right, so most of the wiring there now is it plugged back in. We've got the coolant temp sensors in, crank sensors and cam sensors are in. Starter motor's all wired up. The alternator's in to the starter motor and then it runs up there. Now the next step will be to put the intake on. We had some problems with it really. I've got an IAC valve that doesn't work and then they're really expensive, so I'm not buying one. So current issue is that cheap one that I bought didn't work. Max Speeding Rods one didn't work, don't buy it. And then well, now I'm just left with an open tube. Want it as simple as I possibly can, so we're going to put a big massive bolt in it to plug it. That's why it starts weird though, because at idle, when it first starts, it doesn't get the right amount of air. Obviously that'd let a bit of air through, raise the idle, but I'll do it with my foot until it warms up. That there is going to plug the hole, so we've got to cut it down though because it's massive. So we'll do that, plug the hole, whack the intake on, we might be a bit nearer. So we're going to use this, clean the edge up. Top tier! Right, that bolt's all siliconed in there now. One day I will buy the proper kit that gives you all the silicone pipes and the nice IAC valve, but for now, that'll do. That's the problem with this car, it's always that'll do. So that's why I've done the wiring on, it's like 3 times, but here we are. Anyway, so we'll carry on with this now. Oh, don't say that. Oh, it's dead! Right, torch is dead. Right, I think we're going to go in for a cup of tea and a warm up while the torch charges, and then we'll be back to refit the intake manifold and do a few more stuff, whatever else needs doing, I don't know. Right, we are back in the garage, yeah! Let's get on with some shit. The torch works now, look, wow! So now we're going to figure out what I could tidy up under here, make sure it's all half alright, looks right enough, well, looks like our silicone might have dried a bit on that bolt, and then we'll whack that on and we'll be hopefully a bit closer to good to go. There's the old harness. But I'm a lot happier with this harness. It seems to have gone a lot better. As long as I can get it all in that box there, as long as I get that box in and you cover all them wires, it's going to look quite good. And I managed to get a lot more of the wires down here. That's the OBD. That's ignition coils. I don't know why they're like that. Anyway, but I'm going to be able to tuck all that away a lot better. Anyway, let's get the intake on. Oh, and I need to take those bags out as well. Take these out. Don't leave them in there. Right, time to get these back in. All the intake manifold bolts. They are all 11 mil. But you want to get them on a stick like this first. Put them down there and spin them on a few threads. And then you can pull it out without it on. It's just an easy way to get them on. That's good. They're all tightened down now, so it's time to get the fuel hoses plumbed in and plug the top part in, and yeah, we're gonna have to test it as well, but don't know if we'll get to that yet tonight, but we'll see. There you have it, that's how you work on an M50 Inlet, you sit in the engine bay. Right, there it is. The intake is back on. Now, you saw me doing those bolts up. You can do them from the inside to the outside just to help the gasket see. If you believe me or not, it's up to you. I don't even know. Right, got all that plugged in. Got all this plumbed back on. Checked under intakes, looking good. We've got a bit of a short lead. This needs to sit about here, and I don't know how that's going to be when we put that plastic cover on. So before I put the plastic cover on and tuck all the wiring neatly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try it, because we need to know if it starts. So I'm going to neaten all this up here. I'm going to get the battery back in, get the earths on, and give it a try, see if it starts. And if it starts, then sound, I can get it all tucked back up. And if not, then that's a failure, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, gonna get the intake back on now. Well, the pod filter, the main intake's back on now. Gonna get the rest of it on like the math. Right, there we have it. We're all fully reassembled. So I'm pretty nervous and my heart's going, but it's time to find out if it starts. It'd be nice if it does. If it don't, fuck. Pretty confident I've put everything back as it should be, so I guess we'll find out. Well, it's primed, so that's good. Right, since it primed, let's check if we've got any fuel leaks, because we don't want that. Right, well, I don't smell any burning or out, so let's fucking give it a go, I guess. Right, let's try it. I mean, it's good. I'd say that's good news, but I don't know exactly what happened. It sounded like a bit of a fuel leak, but I don't think it leaked. Whoa, it smells. It probably ain't starting because this is absolutely... Let's open this a bit. Right, let's try that. One throttle back a bit. Might hold it open. It is a bit chilly. We shall see. That is the lowest idle ever. That's how low the idle was, it cut out. But that is good news. Oh dear. Now we've set the car alarm off. Luckily I had the key. Shut up. Because I knew that were going to happen. I'm well trained in this ST car alarm setting off thing. Concerning noise for a moment, but let's not get bogged down about who did what. Naughty! Oh, for God's sake! Let's see if it'll idle. Let's shut the door. The big thing is, are the blower motors going to work? Yes! 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 I swapped the whole wiring harness for the blower motors to work, and they work! Right, I reckon we should turn it off. Smoke coming off it. The smoke is mildly concerning, but you know. enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a like, make sure to give it a comment, and subscribe for more. On this episode of Lowdown Garage, we completed the M52 wiring swap, and now I have blower motors. Whoa, yeah. So, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a comment, tell me what you want to see more of, what do you want me to do with the E30. But next up, expect to see us fixing the MR2, expect more with the Civic when the BM's out the garage. We've still got a whole subframe to put in. But anyway, for now, have a good night, thanks for watching, and see you next time.